to this course. So in this course we're going to discuss about the introduction to mechanics of solid. So in some books it is also called strength of material and mechanics of materials also. So this is a this course is provided in the mainly second year to undergrad like mechanical engineering students, civil engineering students, or aerospace students. And this is a like before going to study this subject, I hope everyone has completed the engineering mechanics part. So in this case we are little bit based, means like there will be certain changes between the engineering mechanics and the mechanics of solids. So in this case we mainly going to study about the deformable solids, deformable bodies. In case of engineering mechanics we are dealing with the rigid body of this part. So these are some of the examples related to the some of the ship breaking. So first picture is related, like pictorial depiction of Titanic, very famous movie also like produced and directed by James Cameron. So some the second and third image are some of the real life failure of the ship. So why do we are going to study this thing? So we have to study this thing to prevent this kind of like real life problem, real life damage, so that like life will be very like that kind of dangers you will not able to get. So we'll start with the I'll start with the very basic definition of this thing. So mechanics of solid deals with the study of deformable bodies under external load, and due to that external load whatever the resistance will be developing, and this should be within the elastic deformation range and based on the static condition. If these conditions will be satisfied, then whatever the study we are going to do in this chapter, that will be called as the mechanics of solid study. So before we are going to see what is the meaning of internal resistance. So whenever we are applying certain load to any object, external load to this any object, so this is a body. So what is happening, it will be having its own properties to stay within this region. So if you are going to apply any external load, then definitely this thing will be going to resist, so that it will be try to be in its own shape. It will try to be its own shape and size. That's why due to this applied load it will be going to develop a resistance. That is called the elastic resistance. And then why you consider the elastic deformation, elasticity properties. So afterwards, if I applying the load, then if I remove the load, this will be in its original shape and size. But plastic properties means if you consider a very small spring, and if you apply that spring that will be available in the pen, so if you apply a more load, then it will be like straight. It will be straight. If you apply the load in the spring in like within the elastic region, then it will be come back to its original position. Then why you consider this elastic deformation? That part we will see first. So if you consider about this particular bridge, you can see if we are not going to discuss within the elastic region. So in this case, if you are going to design these things so that it will be like the bridge will be like, it means like you have to consider each and every factor that will be elastic region only. Means if you don't consider within the elastic region, you can see the third image will be the shape of the bridge is break. Like it is kind of sagging kind of thing will be happening. So what is happening? So your bridge will be going to fail. That's why like for whatever the load you design the bridge. Suppose you design this bridge that will be going to sustain like 5,000 kg of load for a period of 30 years or 40 years, so that this will be going to handle that amount of load. If you are design this thing like beyond the plastic like elastic region, then it can be not able to do, and after some time it will be going to bend. So in this case, like we have to, that's why here actually the in this elastic region the changes are very negligible, but in case of plastic region changes are very high, so that you can able to see the things. And plastic region mainly we are going to study in the manufacturing engineering part, where you need to develop a new product by using some of the basic manufacturing techniques. So next thing is assumption, different assumptions that are available in mechanics of solid. First thing is components are considered to be massless. So in this case we are not going to deal about the its own weight of the body. So our main aim is to concern about whether this load. So in this case I try to draw two pictures. So one is 60 kg people person is there, one is 100 kg people person is there, and both are responsible to hold 50 kg only. Our main intention about the intention is to study whether these two people are responsible to hold 50 kg or not. So if a 60 kg person is there, he can able to hold 50 kg weight, then our design consider is satisfied. So no need to go for 100 kg weight also. So that's why our main concern is whether this means like body will be like whether that component able to handle the load is the main concern, not its own weight of that particular body. This is first assumption. Second assumption is it should be homogeneous and isotropic. Homogeneous point is called the when it is having same elastic properties at any point in a given direction. So if you consider any point in that particular body of that material, then it shows the same elastic properties of that particular material. And then isotropic material, it shows the same elastic property at a point in any direction. Here only single point. In that party, if you changes the point, then the property is also going to change. Property is also going to change. That is the basic two things. It should obey the material will be homogeneous and isotropic. Next thing will be the whatever the components you are choosing, that will be that will be prismatic. That will be prismatic. So what is the meaning of prismatic bar? So the prismatic bar means the cross section will be not going to change. So if you consider this part, so any cross section if you consider, every time the cross sectional area will be same. So there will be no changes is there in the bar. It means like the dimension is not like kind of different scenario. Means if you consider a point here, the area will be same. If you consider at this point also, area will be same. But if you consider any point in this part, the area will be cross sectional area will be same. That will be the prismatic bar. Next thing will be, we are assuming that whatever the stresses will be developing, that will be engineering stress and engineering strain. So what is the meaning of, so there is another concept is called true stress and true strain. So whenever we are applying a load, so we are assuming that there will be no changes in the cross sectional area. So by considering that one, we are finding the stresses. So that stress is called the engineering stress. But in real life, the cross sectional area of this thing will be changing continuously. If you apply the load, then cross sectional area will be continuously changing. You can see in the second example, so that you will get if the changes will be cross sectional area will be changing. So whatever the stress will be get, that will be true stress and true strain. But in case of assumptions of mechanics of solid, we are assuming that this will be the engineering stress and engineering strain part. So next thing, it obeys the Hooke's law, and where stress is directly proportional to strain within the elastic limit. Within the elastic limit, or you can say within the proportionality limit. If you go for actual definition of Hooke's law, it will be within the proportionality limit, not even the elastic limit also. Next thing will be Saint-Bernard. It should validate the Saint-Bernard's principle. So what it say? So if you apply a load, so in which area if you apply the load, in that particular section it will be experiencing more resistance, you can say, compared to other scenario. So you can see I try to develop this kind of small experiment. I try to develop. So you can see here, if I applying the load here, so here this particular section will be going to experience more stresses compared to other section. So if you consider extreme end point, this two section will be compared very less stresses compared to this particular mid section part. So this is from my end, and thank you everyone for this class. Okay, take care.